Recording started.
All right, so now we are recording, okay? Um, okay, we're talking about video games already. Not a bad idea. Okay, anyways, my name is Mr. Hancock. Welcome, everybody. Um, so this is your geography class, and it's only a block class, so it actually goes really fast. It's an elective credit. You get 0.25 credits towards graduation, and it's really not that hard of a class. You just need to kind of get that. You can call me Teach if you'd want. That's fine. Not a problem. Okay, so here's just a little bit about me. Beforehand, I was kind of getting to know some of you guys out there. Some people like to cook. Some people like play video games. All that kind of stuff. Okay, so yeah, this is my wife, Christy. And then I have 3 kids. My son, Kaylor, who's the messy one. That was his 1-year-old. He's now 2, so I need to update these pictures a little bit. Then I got my daughter Brooklyn, who's 7, my son Kason, that is 4, and so we're just kind of on there. Yeah, this was his smash cake. I don't know if you ever do smash cakes, like at 1-year-old birthdays, but anyways, that's kind of what that is. A smash cake, so it's just a cake you can buy where like the baby just gets into it and just makes a complete mess. So that's a smash cake. Alright, so here's my contact information. So if you need to contact me, this is what you're going to do, okay? You got my email address right down there, so you can email me, that kind of stuff. I'll answer through there. If you need to call or text me, you can call or text me through this number. That's the best one to get me on, okay? Alright, so a couple things you might be interested. So you have a school website. I don't know if you've ever been there before. It's nice because it kind of breaks down like when, Thanksgiving break's going to be coming during this block, right? So you want to know when you don't have to be at school. Also, a website. I have a website too that kind of goes over some of the lessons and everything like that can be a help for you. So if you want to like jump ahead in the class, you might want to go there and grab those prior videos, and then you can go and get through the course there. Okay. All right. This part is just kind of go over administrative stuff, and then we're going to get over into like a little bit of geography. Okay. Okay. So how can you pass the class? Okay. If you log into the course each day, okay, and just do a little bit, go through a little bit of modules there. Complete your assigned tasks. So they was asked again, what do I need to do? You have 15 quizzes through the class. That's all you got. Okay. They are due on Mondays and Wednesdays. So your first quiz, so quiz 1, will be due on Monday. Okay. Hey, not a problem you're late. I'm just glad that you're here. So your first quiz will be due Monday. This coming Monday. So that's if I looked at my calendar, 28th. So the 28th. So 28th, lesson 2 will be due on the 30th. So what I do here is I present the information that will be on this next quiz in this class right now, and then our next class on Monday will be for the quiz for Wednesday. The flipped class or recorded class on Wednesday will be for the quiz that next Monday. Okay, and so if you keep watching these, you'll be able to find that. Okay, so some people said, do you have exit tickets? Yes, I do. And we'll be using those throughout the thing, and you do get some credit for it. So what's our assignment today? Your assignment today will be lesson 1 quiz. Okay. Same this year. Okay, cool. All right, I think I got that. So if you need help getting things in, just contact me. If you need a help session, more than happy to do that too. Except a lot of transformers. I don't even know what that means. That's okay. I'm old. Okay. Couple things here, guys. If you go into the course, right, and you go to plan, that's going to lay out exactly what's due each day, okay? And you'll see that only things are due on Mondays and Wednesdays, and that's the quiz. Okay. So somebody I think asked, do we have tests this Monday? It's not this Monday, it's for next Monday. Okay. Transformers themed geography. Nah, probably not. I don't even know how to do those. I know other teachers do them all the time, but I'm just not on the same pace as them yet. Eventually. Okay. Couple other things here. Okay. If you go into content, this is where you're going to find what you need to do. Okay. So if you go to Unit 1, which is Introduction to Geography, you're going to just go through what's on the Learn thing, and then you'll take the quiz. Okay, so pretty easy there. Here's some helpful hints as we kind of go through. One, you can retake the quizzes as many times as you like to get your desired score. So if you get the first quiz you don't do so well on, you can retake that. Okay. Two, for extra credit, you need to do exit tickets. I don't have discussion boards anymore, just exit tickets. Okay, if you don't do so well again, just redo it. And then if you keep pace with the class, you're going to make sure you're past the block. Okay. So not a big there. Okay, so everybody like in the chat and everything, I guys can see what you guys put in the private chat, just so you know. Also, let's kind of keep it on topic right now. I can leave the class open a little bit after class if you want to talk then. Right now, we'll just stay on topic, okay? Thanks. Yes, so you have as many attempts as you need to get your desired score. Okay. All right. Okay, so to get passing, you need at least 60%. So I'll be pushing you to at least get that 60%. Of course, I want everybody to get what they want, right? So if that's an A or a B, you can get it in this class. Okay. So just make sure you just do that. Okay, we're going to start going into now what geography is. Okay. So basically, the brief definition of geography is a big one. Okay. It is the study of the earth and everything in it. So we can talk about basically anything. We can talk about if we have some girls out there that are really, I shouldn't just say girls, maybe guys are into it too, right? Like clothing, right? Well, we can talk about different clothing that people wear, right? We can talk about different food that people eat. We can talk about just anything. Geography is basically the study of the earth, everything in it. So that means people, culture, places, how things look. So somebody said different versions of movies. Yeah, because movies have to do with culture, right? If you look at different areas, they have different cultures. I don't know if any of you have seen like any of the Bollywood. It's called Bollywood. It's movies that are made over like in India. They're a lot different than the ones that are in the United States, and you can see the different culture as it kind of pertains to that. Okay. Anyways, like so, there's a lot of things that you can kind of talk about when you go through geography. Okay. All right, so let's go over what's called the 5 themes of geography. So everything we're going to be studying and everything like that are going to roll into these themes of geography. Now, we're going to look at these themes of geography and we're going to focus on 4 different locations. So Unit 1 is just going to be about what geography is altogether. Okay. Unit 2 is we're going to focus on North America. So Mexico, United States, and Canada. And then we're going to go down. We're going to focus on Central America, then South America, then Europe. Okay. So somebody that love Mexico. I love going to Mexico too. I think it's a beautiful place. Some areas. Every area has its beauty. Every area, maybe not so much. Okay. All right. Okay, so the first theme of geography is location. Okay. Where is it at? Okay, so you have 2 different types of location. You have exact location and relative location. Okay, so exact location is like your address. So I don't want you to put in your address, but how many people know their address? Why don't you give me a green check mark if you know your address? I hope you do. green check. Only, okay, 21 of you know. Well, let's see here. Let me clear it again. Okay, give me green check again if you know your address. Okay, all right, good. So at least you know where you live, right? So if you had to, right, you could go to Google Maps and you could type in your address and it give you exactly where you need to go. Okay? Yeah. Just don't tell me the city, Ben, right? Somebody might toilet paper your house. Okay? So be careful there. All right. The next one that we want to talk about is called relative location. Okay? Relative location is basically like I live like 5 houses down from the Maverick in Draper City. Ben, you shouldn't have done that. Now you're going to have all these people toilet papering you. So somebody says, I live in an Air Force base. Okay, so very good. So that gives you a relative location. It's kind of where you live, right? Very good. Somebody says they're untouchable. I don't know, like, if it's Hill Air Force Base, I maybe have a pass to get onto Hill Air Force Base. So don't, I wouldn't think too much. But I don't think I have toilet paper because I don't want to get caught by the police there. Oh, man. Okay, I brought toilet paper, and that was probably a bad idea. All right, but now we kind of get it, right? Exact location is like your address, exactly where you're, like latitude, longitude-wise, and relative location is where you kind of live by, right? Okay. Next here. So next we have place. What is it like there? Okay. And this is where we're kind of getting in a little bit into like culture. Okay. So for example, what is this food product right there? Yeah, somebody said already sushi. So where does sushi come from? What country? Okay, some of the Asia, Japan. Okay, somebody said Salt Lake City, maybe. So Japanese. So the Japanese are the one that kind of created sushi, right? So if you go to Japan, you're going to have new meals that you can eat, right? If you go to a different place, like, let's talk about the UK real quick. Okay, so the UK, you may have like fish and chips, right? You may have, if you go to India, you may have curry, Indian curry. Okay, so there's a lot of things. I just talked about way it eats. Different areas, okay? Different areas have different religions that they'll be look at, and we'll be going over kind of some religions in certain areas. So if you were to take the United States, for example, okay? So the United States is predominantly what religion would you say? If you were to think of the United States, what religion are they predominantly? Okay. Said Mormon. Yeah, I mean, you're thinking about Utah probably, right? A Christian, right? So they're still considered more of a Christian country. Very good. But other countries, their dominant religions could be Hindu, they could be Buddhist, they could be Islam, they could be Judaism. So there's all kinds of things. All right, the other one over here. Yeah, so you may not be religious, that's fine, right? But the thing is, like, when we're talking about religion, we got to know how other people are, right? If you go to a certain area, you need to act a certain way, right? A little bit, just to be conscious of their culture. Okay, so over here we talked about, somebody said Africa, right? This kind of head thing. But every area has their own clothing they wear, right? Different types. I mean, here in the United States, maybe jeans and a t-shirt's good. In other areas, maybe they need to dress a different thing. Yep, we're already moving on. So we're going to move on to, we're talking about clothing right now, okay? I know some of these topics, right, when we're talking about culture, I hope they don't get heated, right? My hope is that they just kind of make you aware of everything, okay, that's going on. Okay, the other one is housing, okay? Housing is a lot different in different areas, where depending if you are living like in a city, an urban area, or you live in a suburban area, which is on the outskirts of the city, or you live in a rural area. That could depend on what your house is like, how much land you have, where you're able to get things. But different places, we'll look at different, I'll have pictures of, different houses. Like in Central America, they have little huts they live in, right? Somebody said they want to live in a little cottage, right? So those kind of things there. The other thing is, what's the weather like, right? The climate. We talked a little bit before class that some people are getting sick. Well, that's because we're starting to get into this area of winter, right? It's starting to become cold. Leaves are falling off, right? Okay, the other one is nationality. Nationality plays big into things like what type of government you have, if you're able to have freedom of speech. And so maybe that's kind of a good thing, is we kind of have freedom of speech so we can talk about these things, about everything, okay? All right, the next thing is movement, okay? We're going to talk about a little bit about movement. And I'm not talking about getting up and running around, going to the gym, something like that. We're talking about people moving from one place to another. So immigration, that's one type of movement. We're talking about goods. Like if I buy something off Amazon today, it may be coming from China, right? And that movement of goods back and forth. The other one is the movement of ideas. Okay, so here's an example. When I go to, somebody typed in McDonald's one time in the chat today. I go to McDonald's and I have some fries. In Utah, I can ask for what? What do you dip your fries in here in Utah? Fry sauce, very good. That's what I was looking for. So maybe you might say ketchup, but fry sauce is really common just to like Utah, Wyoming, Nevada, and so those things. If you go over back east, you're not going to see that, right? Because it was started here in Utah and it's kind of expanded out a little bit, but you're not going to find it some other places, okay? So kind of interesting there. All right, the next one is region, okay? So as we're talking about region, we're going to talk about certain areas, okay? So like this region over here, if I look at this picture that I'm kind of pointing to, kind of the South is what they call it, okay? And so in the South, they may like fried chicken. Fried chicken's really big in the South, right? That's where Kentucky Fried Chicken came from. Or they may talk with a drawl, right? They speak differently. They do that other than some other parts of maybe over here in the West Coast where those things are not that way, okay? So you can kind of get, and we'll be looking at different regions as we're going through this area, okay? The next one, and I believe last one, last theme of geography, okay, is human and environment interaction, okay? So you can see the pictures over here. The humans interact with their environment. So for example, I live kind of near the Ogden area. So if I were to go up Ogden Canyon, drive up there, I would find at the very top of it, I'd find a dam, Pineview Dam. And in that dam, it has a bunch of water that it's a natural made, or not natural, but a human made dam where it blocks off the water so we can use that water, okay? So that's a way that we use the earth, okay? Another way we use the earth, we get like petroleum out of it. So petroleum meaning making gasoline, right? And we use all kinds of materials in this class, okay? Or materials as we're living in the world. But also, the environment interacts with us too, like wildfires, right? I don't know if you heard about the fires that happen in California. We always have hurricanes that are happening. We always have tornadoes, earthquakes, all those natural disasters are there. Floodings, those are another one. So another thing we'll be talking about is a little bit about natural disasters, why those happen, how we interact with the environment there, okay? All right. Man, you guys are really good on the chat here. Someone said monsoons. we're still talking about food. Food's good. I bring up food and everybody gets hungry because it is lunchtime now. All right, so that leads us to the very end, and now we have a little exit ticket for the end here. And so I'm going to throw that out in the chat. If you guys want to stay around a little bit and chat, that's completely fine. And then we can get going there. So if you just hold on really quickly, I'll get that exit ticket. And then if I can find it, oh, there it is. Get this exit ticket, and you guys can fill it out, and you guys can get on your way. So basically, just so you know, I gotta get back to my chat here. So basically, our classes are only they're only scheduled for 25 minutes. And that, can you show us what we have to do today? Yeah, sure. Let me do that just real quickly here. So I'm going to, I don't even know if I have it up real quick. Hold on. Let me get up a browser in the background here so I can share that with you. Let's just, oh, wrong one. Oh, that's the wrong one too. Keep pushing on the wrong buttons. And I'll show you exactly what you need to go through today. So that's kind of a good question. And it's really not due until Wednesday, okay? So, or not Wednesday, Monday, this coming Monday. I'm getting confused here. Okay, so let me share with you real quick. All right, can you guys give me a green check mark if you can see my screen real quick? Okay. Yeah, all right, very good. Okay. So somebody says, how many units are in this class? There's 5. 5 units. So this is your class right here, okay? So I got a little introduction for you right there on the announcements. Now this recording that I'm doing right now will be posted to this announcement board. So that's where you're going to find your recordings. But if you go up to content, right up here, and we come down, if you go to lesson 1, we're just going to click on lesson 1, and this is all you'll do. You'll go through these modules right here. So click on here, go through it, and then you take lesson 1 quiz. That's what's due on Monday. Then what's due on Wednesday of next week is lesson 2. Same thing. Go through those modules, all those learns, and then take lesson 2 quiz. So that's all it is. So there's 15 quizzes, 5 units. So that's it right there. Okay. All right. I'm going to turn off my the recording real quick, but then I'll stick around to chat with anybody. Looks like I had some private messages come through, and then we can go through there. So, okay. Hold on real quick, and we'll record.